From Columbus, Ohio, this is the Get Business Credit YouTube channel with your host, Josh Van Horn. Subscribe now and hit the bell notification right now to stay up to date as soon as we release new business credit gems. Take it over, Josh.
Hey, welcome to the Get Business Credit YouTube channel. This is Josh. We have a special guest today. We have Adam, the CEO and co-founder of KleerCard, with us today. Thanks for joining us, Adam. I appreciate this. I know we've been trying to do this for several months now. Been very busy, but let's make 2022 big for KleerCard and Get Business Credit.
Yeah, appreciate it, Josh. Thanks for having me on, and we're excited to talk to you and your audience, and just how KleerCard can hopefully come alongside some businesses as they think about better ways to manage their spend and build business credit.
Yeah, and I guess more transparency too. A lot of these fintech cards, they don't give you much transparency, and you guys are one of the few that actually give transparency. As soon as you apply, you're going to get an answer and stuff, there's not a lot of red tape and stuff,
Yeah. I mean, let me talk a little bit about the number one core value at KleerCard. We talk a lot about internally and think about is ensuring customer success. And so I think clarity on the process is important. We don't bet 1,000 on it. We really try. I think as you interact with KleerCard, what people will see is that we very much try to get to know you, your business. What do you really need? What are the objectives? What makes you successful, right? And whether that's building credit or helping you automate the way you reconcile your expenses, or maybe just some more agility that's needed operationally for your team, both from a credit and a software standpoint. So we really want to understand why you're coming to us to begin with, and then what we can track alongside of you to make you successful. So, yeah.
Right. And just so you guys know, I've been promoting KleerCard, I think, since they launched a year ago or whatever.
January,
I don't earn anything.
Exactly a year ago. So we launched January last year. Yep.
Right. I don't earn anything. They don't pay me at all, even though they tried to pay me, but I don't care about payment. I just want to give you guys a good product, a good service and stuff. And I'm trying to help them as well. We're trying to help each other, so Adam will have a lot to show you guys, but don't think of these big fintech companies. Like with KleerCard, you're going to get personalized service, that you're not going to get at other fintech companies that are big or whatever. And I'm not saying KleerCard's not big. They're growing, but, they're doing everything in-house, and you want to be with a company like that, because here we are with CEO Adam, and I've had 2 accounts with KleerCard. They've been great, and it's going to help you build business credit. There's so much to talk about, and I think maybe Adam will have to do a couple of videos maybe in the future, but let's I don't want to bore people, so let's jump over to the demo. So maybe if you can go through whatever you want to talk about, and then the application process and requirements or whatever.
That sounds great. Let me just start by, I want to always like to start by what are the problems we set out to solve? What did we see in the world that we thought KleerCard was needed? There are a lot of fintechs. There are a lot of, it's becoming a more crowded space for sure. There's been a lot of money into the space. We still think, as we think about small to mid-sized businesses, and we'll define that a little bit, that these are still 5 very prevalent pain points. And so this is what we set out to solve. So I think initially, a lot of rigid credit rules, lack of credit, business credit, and just it's tough, particularly for young companies, to get both the tools to manage expenses, separate it from their personal expenses, and get some basic credit that they need to get started. So also, just an observation, we found this, it seems like particularly painful for minority founders. No real I don't have all the explanation on that, but I think that's part of what we've observed.
Yeah, Experian Business Credit has actually brought that up even to me as well.
Yeah, yeah. And so I think we have a lot of customers of ours are minority founders, and we certainly like that. Second one is just personal guarantees required. So we have multiple tiers, full transparency. There are some lower, or higher risk tiers where we may include a personal guarantee in the terms and conditions, but we absolutely will avoid this if we can underwrite it based on the business. And you
guys are self-underwriting too.
We are self-underwriting. Yep, we are primarily underwriting based on what we see as the health of the business. So it does require a Plaid connected bank account. We are looking at average daily balance and revenue primarily. And so if those,
but no credit check, like personal hard credit check.
No hard credit check. Yeah, we do some verification data that we started to pull in.
Required by law, I think, too.
Correct.
With the
Correct.
Patriot Act.
Yep. Yeah. So we're pulling some very basic data, but absolutely no hard credit check on the founders. And so I think this is an important one. Honestly, this is almost a bigger deal as you get bigger. And you really want to separate from your personal expenses from your business expenses, then I think people get a lot more interested in like, hey, how the business should be able to stand on its own. Why do I have to personally guarantee what I'm,
like American Express requires $2 million in the bank account or $2 million in revenue per year. So people have to understand that, for that. But I mean, there's no PG with a lot of these fintech companies, but it's basing it off your bank account, and your credit limit's going to change every 24 hours.
Right.
For risk management and stuff.
Yeah. And especially early days like this, there is some dynamic elements to it. So it's primarily based on average daily balance and observable revenue in the bank account for us to make a decision, a final decision on every account. So that's
get some instant approval, some have to go through a manual review, correct?
Yeah, just to clarify, so on onboarding, when you go to our website, getkleercard.com, start that process. Then you'll go through like providing basic information. You'll connect your bank account. We will give you a preliminary offer, right? And those will be the terms, right? So it's a credit amount.
We've had a few viewers like get that where they said, "Oh, I got approved right away for like 8,000.
Yep.
That's 7 days or whatever."
Yep.
And then other people say, like, "Is it normal for it to say pending like review or whatever?"
Yeah.
And I just tell them like every case is different,
Yeah, it is. So there is a manual. I mean, there is
if something doesn't check out, like identity or something, like you guys' LexisNexis data or something is not like checking out or something.
Exactly. There is always additional underwriting we do on every account. And just to be perfectly clear, right, when we do that, we are giving you an offer that you can accept or reject. It is preliminary, and it'll say that, like, that is pending us doing all the verification on that we need to. And so you can get an offer and in theory if we couldn't verify something, get a future decline email. But it's not
a bait and switch. Like you're offering 10,000 and then after verification, we're giving you 500. You guys aren't like that. Even with mine, I didn't call you to get mine. I did mine on my own. And the offer came through. I think it took 24 hours. I had to send, I think one of your staff members asked me for my EIN letter.
Right.
Send that for verification. And then it was like 12,000 or so.
Yep.
And I didn't even bother you about that because I wanted to be as transparent as possible to show my audience, that, people think, oh, because I have connections, I'm getting these credit lights and
better
stuff,
deals.
Right.
No, I think you applied before. I think you applied before we ever even talked to you, as I recall.
Right.
Later.
Two accounts actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, sorry to take up the time. Adam, I'll let you get back to the slideshow and
yeah, no worries. And I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. So I think the other three that we are trying to tackle is obviously lack of controls. So if you've got a team, if you think about, trucking or construction and you've got a team of folks and you're not sure you really want them with a full on open card, you can tag it you can tag it on categories, codes, specific vendors that they can be used for, certain times of day that it can be used. So we've built a lot of
9 to 5 or fuel only.
Yep. Exactly.
Hotels only, accommodations, things like that. Right.
You got it. Yep. So
you guys just added that not too long ago. I saw you guys had all those extra options.
Yeah, we've
had I guess in the dashboard.
Yeah, we've had this for a while. I'll show that here briefly in a minute, and we'll show that. And then the other two are just helping you reconcile all your expenses, right? Eliminate the whole idea of an expense report for your team, but just make it super easy to reconcile this every month. A lot of young companies just use KleerCard as their all the expense side of the house for them, right? Maybe they're not even using QuickBooks or something, but they just want a tool to kind of have it all in one place, keep it centrally managed, and we give you a nice, easy tool to do that.
Some people really, I get feedback about I don't want QuickBooks, I don't want accounting software, and it's just a lot of these fintechs don't have an option for that. So you're saying you can kind of integrate everything with KleerCard as accounting software?
Well, no, I'm not saying you can do everything accounting software can do, but I am saying all your expenses can be very neatly managed in one place.
Right. That's what I mean. I'm not saying invoicing and all that, but as far as all your expenses, whatever you're paying out for the company and stuff, you can kind of manage it okay, this is the John Joe's expenses, employee 1, 2, 3 expenses.
Right.
You can manage that all on the dashboard.
That's right.
And then you guys have an exporting option to have it all for the account.
Totally. It's completely custom. If you're on QuickBooks Online, it's fully integrated seamlessly. And then we actually built the ability to customize the export however you want it. So you can actually build an export template for you, how you want it. And then every time you download your transactions, it will be in your format. So that fully customizable there.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And then
all right, I'll let you go. I'll let you take over. I don't want it to be too long. I talk too much. Go through the
I'll go fast. So
the
last one is just the idea of the cards. We make that really obviously really easy. You can spin up as many physical or virtual cards as you want in your account. We will govern your credit limit between us and you. The cards are what you can set whatever amounts, controls on them, the monthly amounts on them. It's really up to you. You can make $1 million card if you want. We don't really care. We're not loading funds on the card. It's the account that matters, right? And so we've sort of separated the two in that way. So made that really easy for folks. Let me just quickly show then. Let's see. A view here, and this is just a demo environment where you land on a
so home after you approve, this is what you're going to see once you have that account.
Correct. And I really just want to show a couple of things. I'm going to make this pretty fast, but once you have a profile, you can add your team members. You can build out what's called chart of accounts. So all your expense accounts. We'll pull them in automatically from QuickBooks if you have them there. You can create vendors in KleerCard, right, and assign those to transactions as well, so that you just keep your data cleaner. Does require a connected bank account, and that you'll do that here on the banking tab. You'll manage that on the banking tab. This is also where you'll see all of your statements for any of your payments that we do. And then you can also manage your integrations, right, with what I was talking about earlier about QuickBooks or building your own customizable report. So that's one piece. But that's just the setup. That'll get done. And then the basic flow is
there's too many features to cover and stuff. But I tell you, KleerCard's they don't over confuse it like some of these other expense management platforms try to over confuse it and make things fancy. It's like right to the point, get it done.
Yep. And that's definitely what our product vision was. We wanted to make this super simple and very straightforward for people, particularly, you know, small business owners. They don't have a lot of time.
Right.
They want to just, you know, complex budgets and things like that. We did not want to do that. We wanted to make this really easy. So let me just, this is the last thing I wanted to show you.
So requesting a card, you can just put in
you can call
employee cards.
You call it Josh's subscription card, right? And then you've got 3 types of cards: a physical card with a monthly budget, a virtual card with a monthly budget, or a virtual card for a fixed amount, or like a burner card, right? You use it and it's gone. Let's say we're doing a subscription and it's $150 a month. And then we've made it really easy to say, what's the validity period that you want to choose on these?
Like my Kajabi every month.
Exactly. Maybe you just want to do it for a year to try it, or maybe even 30 days. By the way, great use case. Spin up a virtual card for a subscription if you're not sure about. Make it only valid for a week.
Very good.
Done. They never get to charge you because you're by the time your trial period's over,
And some of them are like hidden too. Like they tell you like it's free for a certain amount of times that you have to read the small print, and then all of a sudden you get charged this crazy amount.
Yep.
So with this KleerCard, you can eliminate that 100%. Totally. Validate it 1 week, put a limit of say $10 Netflix or whatever it may be.
Yep.
And then, you know, set it and forget it. And then if it's a trusted source, can you edit it later after the fact?
Totally. I mean, what you would do is, you wouldn't on here, you would just spin up a new card if you wanted to use the service, right?
Just update it. Like it's once it's trusted.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. But that's going to save you guys a lot of time and headache, because I can't tell you how many subscriptions I have right now that I'm probably spending $500 a month that I don't even use. Monday.com, Typeform, all these different ones. And I should be using KleerCard for this to eliminate those costs and stuff, you know.
Absolutely. We'll get you set up on that, Josh. We'll get that figured out. So,
yeah.
Couple other things. You can put default accounting data on it, and this is really just around like assigning the right expense accounts to it if you want, but you don't have to do that. And then if you're doing, you can tag it only valid for specific merchants. You can, so out of the box, any charge under $75, we will automatically generate an IRS compliant receipt for you. And so,
what's
but
that
sometimes,
mean?
So it means if you ever get audited, then the receipt we create is audit proof, right? From the IRS, right? From an expenses standpoint. So it means the charge will have a receipt on it automatic. You don't have to upload an image of a receipt.
Oh, okay. Like Devi and Brex, where you have to like take a picture and upload the receipt.
Yeah, okay. Exactly. So this is, if it's under $75, we'll do that for you. You can still upload one if you want, but the one we create is IRS compliant. This is just turning that off for a card. If you don't want to do that for this card, then you can turn that off.
Gotcha.
And then this is what we were talking about with the category controls. So maybe you want to say it's only fuel pumps only, or airlines only, right?
Hotels or whatever it may be.
Exactly. Whatever you want to do, you can do that here. You can just multi-tag the card to put all the approved categories.
And those are just merchant codes that you're putting in there that's going to be approved at the swipe, right?
You got it. MCC stands for Merchant Category Code.
Okay.
And then you can even, and this is interesting for like your construction customers. That's what this came for. They were like, hey, we've got some fuel cards we love from KleerCard, but they're we notice a lot of early morning, late night fill ups, and we know they're not for work vehicles.
Yeah, right.
Can you make the cards only work during work hours? We're like, yeah, sure. So
I've had that same exact problem even with a couple employees of mine.
Yeah.
With Wex.
Yeah.
I've had to shut off because of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Filling up at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Right. 1 a.m. You know they're doing business stuff, right? Yeah,
right.
So anyway, you can set a schedule for the card to work. we are a part of we're also the processor, which means that Visa calls us live when people are trying to use the cards, and we get to decide to accept or reject those transactions. So we can kind of get creative here on what type of controls and logic we build here.
And it's probably, you guys have AI too. Like once it learns your spending, it's going to adapt, right? Like the spending pattern. Like you're not going to have to get every single transaction manually verified before.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Like,
I'm not saying you absolutely. You just set up some rules, and then we do everything in the background. You don't have to manually verify anything.
Right. But like say American Express or any business card, for instance, sometimes things get red flagged.
Totally.
So it's like, the fraud prediction.
Yeah, so we absolutely are using
have like AI to like the spending pattern, right? You guys have something in place like that too. Like over time, if the card's getting higher and higher spending, it's okay. But out of the blue, if you go from $1,000 to $10,000 charge, that's going to be a red flag, obviously.
Absolutely. We do. We're actually also using some of the algorithm that Visa provides. So there's some risk scores that we pull into every transaction that we review. Basically that's a part of our real-time decision-making of what's the fraud risk on this transaction. So, yep. Okay. But we do insure our customers against fraud. So if there is a fraudulent charge, we will dispute that on your behalf and make sure that all gets resolved and give you the credit, right? So
I need to catch it quick though.
Yeah. There are time limits on fraud for sure. You usually have about 4 months to get it done. So, so I think that's just the high level.
So what would you say? Like we'll have you on again, Adam, maybe in a week or two. But what would you say to my viewers as far as like? I know you don't like to say like the minimum requirements or whatever because you're open to all type of customers and stuff. And you don't know if one new business is just starting and maybe only earning $1,000 a month right now, but 3 months from now they could be earning $15,000. So I know you guys are pretty wide open compared to some of these others. You're trying to be, small business friendly. But what would you say that the overall requirements are? Because I know you guys, some of my subscribers said that they're happy they got even I wouldn't be happy if I got a business credit line of $500, but some of my subscribers are happy they got KleerCard $500.
Yeah.
But so just like some transparency, like what's the requirements?
What should we look at? Yeah,
right.
So there's a sort of it's not so black and white, right? So there is an algorithm here. Like I said, I think it's primarily based on visible revenue in your account, and then average daily balance. And so we are, and so our credit algorithm is going to always be based on that. And so I think.
So it's not like you can just say black and white something because your algorithms.
It's both.
The computer is going to kind of calculate that and everything.
It is. It's
with the kind of the risk. But with a new business, say you're only 1 or 2 months old, have a couple of $1,000s in your business bank account. Could they apply? I mean, is that okay?
Yeah, you can. I will. We've gotten a little tighter on some of that. So I would say you should probably have 10 to 12 grand in the account as a starting point, and frankly visible revenue, right? I think that's probably I think that's and I think we can consider other things. I mean, I will say I think you will learn pretty quickly if you deal with us. We do have a culture of wanting to like get to know our customer, understand their business. What are you trying to accomplish, and help you accomplish that. If there's if that is unattainable and you've got something real, then you can schedule a demo with our sales team and talk through what you're really trying to do. It's all about risk management for us, right? So I mean, it's just a factor of, there's a couple pieces to it, right? Are you who you say you are? Are you at all? Yeah. Are you at all credit worthy of real credit? Do you have a real business? And is there credit worthiness here of a real business with real revenue that we can help solve some problems for? So we're not just pure credit, I will say. Like, I think
so we don't want to discourage new business owners.
It's not about new. I mean,
we don't want to discourage them if they could be like even your application process. It's going to tell them right away if it's accepted or not, right?
Yeah, it's 5 minutes of your time to figure it out. I mean, so I would say we have plenty of new businesses, but
like you said, it's not black and white. We can't just say.
I mean, here's the thing: they're real businesses, right? So they can be new, but if they're real, right, which means you have customers, you have some revenue. If it's a just a like
ABC company just started $500, no transactions.
Yeah, it's a generic consulting company. We see a lot, there's nothing really there.
Flags,
right. So I think
transactions. Yeah,
I think those are the things where we struggle a little bit and probably not going to get approved or even get.
Yeah, you guys listen to that. For those that are trying to screw over these fintechs, move on. We don't need you because there is some of these guys out here that do that.
I know. Oh, I know. We've had,
and that ruins it. That ruins it for the 99% that are doing everything legitimate. There's that 1% bad apples. So move along. Go on to somebody else.
Move along and check your terms and conditions. Yeah,
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're going to have Adam on again. Me and Adam's worked pretty close last year now. And my number one video is KleerCard video. I'm still number one. Even every day, it's still the most viewed video out of all my videos every single day.
Yeah.
So, but that's the application, businesscreditcard.app. Goes right to KleerCard.
There you go.
Like I said, I'm not getting paid or anything. I just believe in what KleerCard's doing. And you can see how nice Adam is here and his partner, Owen. They're good people.
Thanks, Josh.
Not trying to be so corporate executive and stuff, They're good guys, and when it comes down to solving a problem, that's why you'll see a lot of these other fintechs that I promote or make videos about. That's why you don't really see anything. I don't want to say positive or negative about KleerCard. It's all pretty neutral, and that's because there's nothing really bad to say about KleerCard. It is what it is, but you'll see these other fintechs that it's either a lot of negative, there's positive, and there's a lot of negative. With KleerCard, I haven't seen, honestly, any negatives. I've seen a few saying, they got approved, but they're still waiting for the activation. Yeah. And I'll have to actually send that to you later on today. A couple of those. But anyways, Adam, do you want to say anything else at all?
No, I think that's a summary. I mean, I would just say, try to get a hold of it. We're very approachable team. Like, we pride ourselves in talking to prospects a lot. So reach out to us if you've got questions about the process. Josh, I appreciate what you said about just sort of our hopefully our authenticity is coming through in what we're trying to do. We are trying to solve problems for small businesses. We think they are the real engine of the American economy. And so we work hard to try to help you guys. So, I appreciate you having me on and the attention of your audience. So that means a lot to me.
Exactly. All right, you guys, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up for this video and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and check the link in the description or over there for the KleerCard application. You guys can sign up, and it's like what, Adam, like a 2 to 5 minute application, and you get a session.
Yeah, it's about a 5-minute process, and you'll get a preliminary offer right there, real time, as we analyze your account. So,
and then it takes maybe 24 hours after that to get the
Well, it's a little bit.
Offer,
As long as you accept the offer, it's longer than that because we've got to do the whole what's called KYB. So I think what it says is up to 5 days. So it could be as fast as 24 hours.
I think mine only took like 1 day,
yeah,
like 12 hours or so.
If everything's in order, it should be pretty fast.
Okay.
So yep.
If everything is checking out identity and all that. Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha. Yep. All right, you guys heard that. We'll have Adam back on. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you guys so much. Till next time, you guys take care.
Cheers.
The link will be in the description. All right. Sign up, you guys. Bye-bye.